The special primary election for the county executive seat is less than a month away. In the next coming week, CTV will bring you exclusive interviews with each of those candidates.
And joining us in the studio today is State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy. Ms. Braveboy, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So this is a really critical race, and the person that comes into this position in county executive is taking over at a difficult time for the county with the budget issues and lots of other issues going on. So what would you set into motion in the first 100 days if you became county executive?
Well, one of the things we must do is unify our county. Our county executive and council must work together collaboratively to set priorities. Some of those priorities have to be to look at what's going on at the federal level and determining how it's impacting us here locally. We have about 30,000 federal employees, and as of yesterday, there is a lot of insecurity because of the freeze on that federal policy around trying to reduce the workforce, that the judge lifted that freeze. And so unfortunately that has placed over 30,000 Marylanders, well, Prince Georgians really, in jeopardy. And we have to make sure that we know who is impacted, have plans to assist them. I'm going to be working with our state delegation on a piece of legislation to provide some emergency assistance for federal workers that the state legislature is considering now. So there's a lot of work to be done to ensure that our federal workers are protected.
And with that, do you foresee any layoffs or furloughs happening within the county?
Well, right now, the county government really needs permanent employees. There's a lot of contract workers right now, a lot of temporary workers. So we do need to shore up our workforce in the county. Some of those federal employees who are impacted may be able to find opportunities in county government or even state government. We absolutely must focus on building a strong workforce here in Prince George's County. While we have budget challenges, we still have to fund our priorities. We have agencies that absolutely must have permanent employees who are dedicated to improving the services here in Prince George's County.
And when it comes to that budget, we're already dealing with a deficit, and now we're inheriting cuts from the state and the federal level. So what cuts can be made here in the county without affecting those essential services?
Well, that's something we're going to have to look at. I mean, I think anyone coming in is going to have to really audit the county government's current spending. We have to ensure that we are spending efficiently and effectively. Certainly we have to prioritize education and public safety, but there are other priorities too, like ensuring that we have trash pickup and clean roads and services for our seniors and those with disabilities. So the reality is, whoever comes in, we're going to have to look at the current budget levels and spending levels, work with the interim county executive to understand how the budget was put together and make some changes that will reflect the priorities of whoever's coming in.
Now, you've promised not to raise taxes, but would you raise taxes in other areas to help the budget deficit?
So we have limited authority here in Prince George's County to raise taxes. A lot of what happens is at the state level. So we are monitoring closely any of the tax proposals or increases that are being proposed at the state level. You mentioned one of them earlier in your broadcast regarding sugary drinks. There are some other proposals that are being discussed that would raise revenues. So we'll work with our state legislature to see what options are available.
And here in the county, we're really strong when it comes to small businesses. But how do you plan to expand that commercial tax base and bring in those really large corporations that build jobs and provide tax money?
Well, let's go back to our small businesses. I think we have some great small businesses here that haven't actually gotten the opportunities with our local government that they should and that they're entitled to. So the first thing we can do to directly impact the amount of money that we are collecting on the commercial side is to do business with the businesses in Prince George's County, be much more intentional about doing that. In addition to that, we have to look at those industries that will naturally grow here. Certainly the healthcare industry is an important industry, looking at bringing not only facilities like hospitals, but also research facilities as well, and those that are doing clinical trials. We have a lot of people here in Prince George's County, unfortunately, that are on medication. So being a part of that process of figuring out what medications work best for people and being part of those clinical trials are important. And those research companies should be locating here. That's definitely an industry I'll be focusing on.
Now let's talk a little bit about affordable housing. Right now, an average townhome is going for about $400,000. Do you have a plan currently in creating more affordable housing? And if so, what is that plan?
Yeah, let me tell you, recently, just yesterday, I was endorsed by the Prince George's County Association of Realtors. And I think one of the reasons is because this issue of affordable housing was top of mind for them. The thing that I talked about is increasing the number of units that we have available. But the way we do that is to build where it's smart to build in our existing communities that are established communities where we have infrastructure already, as well as around our metro stations. We still have the most undeveloped metro stations in the region. So these are areas where we can actually build density, providing opportunities for first-time home buyers, as well as seniors who may want to live closer to transportation, want to have shopping and recreation and restaurants in a walkable area. So, we have available land. We just have to be smart and intentional about how we develop.
Mm-hmm. And one of your stated priorities is that you want to clean up the county.
Yes.
So why is that a major issue for you, and what are the specific steps that you're going to take to accomplish that?
Because I think one of the issues is that where there is neglect, people feel like they can come and do whatever they want to do. If you see trash on the ground, sometimes people think they can throw trash on the ground. And also it reflects areas where maybe law enforcement or others are not paying attention. So we want the residents and visitors to Prince George's County to know that every part of Prince George's County is important to us, important to the government, and we're going to clean up every part of it. So it is important because, number one, that is something that people could absolutely look at every single day and see a reflection of their tax dollars at work or not at work. If you go outside and you see a bunch of trash, you think no one cares. And so we have to show that we care, and we will clean up those areas. And on the state roads where the state has responsibility, if they don't clean it up in a timely manner, we'll clean it up and send them the bill.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, Ms. Braveboy. The special primary election will be held on March 4th, but make sure you tune in tomorrow. We'll be introducing another candidate, Ron Hunt, only on CTV News.